Banging in a free kick is one of the most delightful things to watch in a game. No doubt, it's also one of the hardest skills to master. But there isn't quite a sight like a sweetly struck free kick. Several players perfected this art, but some did it better than others and more efficiently. Do you think your favorite is among them? Stick with me till the end of the video and let's find out. Number 10. Rogério Canillo. The first name in this video is Brazilian goalkeeper Rogério Canillo. Ever seen a goalie so stellar they embark on what seems like a side quest only to end up outclassing everyone else? That's Rogério for you. It's almost like he's from another planet, especially when you remember he's Brazilian, then it all clicks. The Brazilian goalkeeper was a dead ball specialist, scoring 131 goals in his career. 61 of these were free kicks, and the rest were penalties, making Rogério all the more impressive. To put it in perspective, he's netted more goals than some forwards like Anthony Martial, and he hung up his gloves over a decade ago. Comparing a striker to a goalkeeper in terms of goals? Only with Rogério Canillo. The former Sao Paulo goalkeeper struck fear into the hearts of forwards and goalkeepers alike, making him one of the greatest Brazilian goalkeepers of all time. But this next guy is someone you're all too familiar with. Number 9. Cristiano Ronaldo. At number 9 is one of the greatest players to ever kick a ball. Cristiano Ronaldo. While his conversion rate might have dropped over the years, everyone remembers what CR7 did behind a dead ball. With his favored knuckleball technique, it didn't matter how far to the goalpost he was. He shot past everyone. I mean, everybody remembers that 40-yard free kick goal against Arsenal in the Champions League. Very few players would attempt to shoot a ball from that distance, and even fewer can manage to hit the back of the net. After taking his classic 4-step backward and following it up with a deep exhale, Ronaldo would hit that ball like it was his last and made nets shake everywhere he went. Over the length of his illustrious career, the Portuguese have scored 61 free kicks and counting. Number 8. Diego Maradona. Our next name is another iconic superstar, Diego Maradona. Beyond his dazzling skills and unforgettable presence both on and off the field, there's a part of his game that doesn't get as much spotlight. His mastery of free kicks with that magic left foot. He would wrap his leg around the ball and make it do his bidding. The iconic Maradona, who sadly left us in 2020, netted a whopping 62 free kicks throughout his extraordinary career, making it seem effortless no matter the distance from the goal. Though he may have passed, his legacy is very much alive. Rest in peace, Maradona. Number 7. Zico. Our next Brazilian to show up on the list is iconic midfielder Zico. Zico was one of the best Brazilians to wear the jersey and do his thing. A classic number 10 who could string passes and create plays out of nothing, had a lot of deadly weapons in his arsenal, one of which was his scary ability from a set piece. There's a saying that still gets tossed around. Zico could kill a mosquito from 40 yards away. Yeah, he was that precise. A Flamengo icon, Zico is celebrated as one of Brazil's all-time greats, especially when it came to set pieces, netting a total of 62 goals. That number speaks volumes about his deadly accuracy. Goalkeepers might have spent ages setting up their walls, but Zico? He'd just send the ball flying into the net regardless. While rumors suggest he might have scored even more than 62 free kicks, those are the ones officially on the books. Speaking of recognition, our next name is a player who was especially popular for his set-piece ability. Number 6. David Beckham. David Beckham and dead balls? A match made in heaven, honestly. He was practically born to take them. The finesse, the power behind his free kicks gave us the legendary phrase, "bend it like Beckham." And yep, that phrase ended up everywhere, from bestsellers to blockbuster movies. But let's focus on Beckham's magic with the football. Beck's dazzled at mega clubs like Manchester United and Real Madrid, and once you saw him send a football swinging through the air, you'd get it. He had this way of bending a ball so perfectly. I bet even some goalkeepers caught themselves admiring the beauty of those goals instead of being upset about conceding. Beckham had many tricks up his sleeve, including those mind-blowing halfway line goals, but it's his free kick talent that really set him apart. With 65 goals from free kicks, calling him a master wouldn't be an overstatement. The guy was a free kick Picasso. And talk about clutch moments. Remember that iconic free kick at Old Trafford against Greece? That beauty sent England to the 2001 World Cup. Beckham himself rates it as the biggest and most important goal of his career. You can see why. Hey, if you made it this far, comment Golazo, and if you haven't already, subscribe and join the Kick First fam. Let's get back into it. Number 5. Lionel Messi. Not many players can dream up the things Lionel Messi does with a football, let alone pull them off. That left foot of his? Pure magic. But let's zero in on his set-piece wizardry, shall we? Messi has netted so many goals, it's a challenge to keep track of them all. But when he steps up for a free kick, you can bet defenders and goalkeepers start saying their prayers. Remember when he made a top-tier keeper like Alisson Becker look just ordinary with that stunning free kick against Liverpool? Messi's free kick prowess is so renowned that during his La Liga days, it felt like the entire opposing team would form a wall trying in vain to block his shots. Spoiler, it hardly made a dent. Messi has this knack for bending the ball with grace, finesse, and the perfect dose of power, tallying up to 65 goals and counting. Number 4. Victor Legrotaglier. Victor is the third Argentine on this list, and perhaps the most under the radar of the bunch. Not because he wasn't incredibly talented, but because he chose a path less traveled. Despite turning heads at big clubs like Real Madrid and Inter Milan, Victor pledged his allegiance to Gimnasia y Esgrima, playing there until he hung up his boots. But why were the football giants knocking at his door? Well, Victor had a way with the ball that was nothing short of magical. He was a master at Olympic goals. That's scoring straight from a corner, folks. And let me tell you, he made it look like a piece of cake. With 66 free kick goals under his belt, it's clear why he was considered a free kick maestro. Number 3. Ronaldinho. One of the most beloved players of all time makes up our top 3 spot. A true wizard who did everything with a smile on his face had no problem putting a ball behind the net from a set piece. He had a fine technique that allowed him to shoot the ball with just enough power and curl that it leaps over the wall and skims the woodwork as it dips down into the net, leaving goalkeepers completely helpless. And oh, Ronaldinho was a bit of a trickster too. Ever seen a ball sneak under the jumping wall and into the net? He practically invented that move, even leading to teams adding an extra player lying behind the wall as a precaution. Throughout his career, Ronaldinho racked up 66 free kick goals, dazzling fans and frustrating goalkeepers along the way. More than just his skills, it was that constant smile that made him a true entertainer on the field. Number 2. Pelé. Another Brazilian icon who makes up the top 2 is none other than Pelé. The 3-time World Cup winner scored so many goals, it's genuinely hard to know the exact amount. But when it comes to free kicks, that's a number we know for sure. Known as O-Rei, or the King, Pelé amassed a jaw-dropping 70 free kick goals playing in Brazil, Santos, and the New York Cosmos. His approach? There wasn't one set way. He did whatever it took to find the net, making him a nightmare for any defense. The late legend left us with countless unforgettable moments in football, and those memories are etched in the sport forever. Rest in peace, King Pelé. Your legacy lives on. Number 1. Juninho Pernambucano. Last on our list, but definitely not taking the back seat, is Juninho Pernambucano. Sure, David Beckham might have the fame, and Ronaldinho the love of the fans, but when it comes to free kicks, nobody, and I mean nobody, does it quite like Juninho. He's the mastermind behind the knuckleball technique that's given more than a few League One goalkeepers some serious nightmares. Seriously, every time a player committed a foul within striking distance, you could practically hear the goalies groaning. And who could blame him? Juninho could land a free kick from pretty much anywhere on the field, racking up a staggering 76 goals with his signature move. When you think of Juninho, free kicks immediately come to mind. He was a key player in Lyon's dominance, winning League One 7 times in a row, a feat they haven't achieved since he left. Do you agree with the list or not? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time,